Hey, look, Joe, the new PS5. Hey, man, you alright?
Well, I have a real problem with them.
This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. We all have that one friend that's a video game addict, gets over it, and then gets all preachy about it. Hello humans, and thank you for joining me in another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash the like button. Now, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode... Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Today, a very, very heated opinion of mine. And it's not negative, per se, but... this is just my take on what Joe Rogan said about video games. Now, I believe that he was being sincere in what he said, but the reason for him video games are a waste of time is because he's a video game addict, which is different than just a person who enjoys video games as a hobby. Now, let me tell you guys, I have experience in a couple of things in my life, and one of them is video games. I have been playing video games non-stop since 1980. Non-freaking stop, right? And since 1980, I've done other things. I just haven't played video games. I've gotten married, graduated school, worked, raised a family, had kids, had grandkids. I've led a full life and done many things, and continue to do different things as I get older, right? But some people have addictions, and I believe that Joe Rogan is a video game addict, which is very different, for example, than many people. And you'll see a lot of these people. These people can't control themselves when it comes to video games. Now, Joe Rogan giving other people advice on video games is like an alcoholic giving people drinking advice or their opinion on drinking. We all know these guys, right? They were complete drunks, and now they did a 180 and they talk about how evil drinking is and yada yada yada. Well, let me tell you what, I've also been drinking since 1980, and you know what, never had a bad time drinking other than a hangover, maybe threw up, but I never became an alcoholic, right? I didn't ruin my life because of alcohol, never lost a job because I was getting too drunk, never did any of the things that a lot of ex-alcoholics or current alcoholics, I should say about drinking, about the evils of drinking. They can't control themselves when it comes to drinking and give advice based on that. The same happens with other types of addictions. When people have overcome them, and they don't do it out of malice. They don't do it because they're bad people. They're trying to warn other people of not falling into the path that they did, right? And yes, there are certain things that I find addicting, and I try not to do them. But I'm not going to give anybody advice on those things, right? And this is the case with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has a real problem with video games. He said it himself. He says they're very fun. And his companion answers there that he was talking to, and addicting, and he says, yes, I have a real problem with them. So he has a problem with video games, but that doesn't mean that video games are a waste of time. Hunting can be a waste of time. He loves killing animals and stuff, and he enjoys himself, but he doesn't spend every waking freaking hour killing animals, right? Or going hunting. And there's nothing wrong with any activity you choose to do, as long as you don't overdo it. Now, I'm talking about the ethics of animal killing and any of that. I'm not getting into that. What I'm saying is you can have a hobby, and as long as you do it within reason and you give it its time, you're able to enjoy it. I've played video games, through this time, maybe 1 or 2 times, when I was younger with my friends, we would play for hours and hours. But I usually don't do that. I come home from work, I play for half an hour, I play for an hour, shoot a video here or there, and that's it. I have other things to do. I don't shoot more videos because I have other things to do. I want to play video games and I want to have other hobbies, but they don't engross the entirety of my time. How many people play video games in general? But out of the millions and millions of people that play video games, how many are addicts that can't get anything else accomplished? Very few. Now, like I said, his opinion on video games is like getting an opinion from an alcoholic on how to drink a beer. It's just an overreaction based on his experience and his experience alone. All right, humans, I just want to get that on my chest. Video games are fun. They can be positive. They can be many things. I know they've helped me throughout my lifetime overcome stress, depression, and other things, right? They've been a refuge for me. And not because of that did I ever overdo them. There's positive and negative in all things, in all activities. You just have to be wise with how you use your time. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and remember, never be afraid to be happy. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.